So, hello, and welcome. And I'm super joyful to have my next guest here with us today. Her name is Dr. Rebecca Sanders, and we just found out where she lives is just one of my favorite places in the whole wide world. So, welcome, Dr. Rebecca.
Hi, Erica. Pleasure to be on with you today.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about where you live and why you chose it.
I live in Ojai, California. It's one of those little hippy dippy small towns that is starting to get more and more popular. But it's really well known for its flourishing Mother Nature. It has a lot of flowers, and there's a hot spring here that people love to go to. And people say that there is the feminine vortex here as well, where
What's a feminine vortex?
a feminine vortex is where emotional healing and comfort and artistic ideas come to people. So it's feminine energy, and feminine energy in general is more creative and contemplative and relaxing. I'm not sure if I'm explaining this well, but
No, I
um,
think you're doing a great job, and I kind of was tongue in cheek because Dr. Rebecca and I spoke as we pre-chatted, and I used to go to Ojai when was a news reporter, and I would work really hard in the newsroom, and my days off were always midweek, so I would always get Tuesday or Wednesday off, and so usually Wednesday, I think. So I would go on a Wednesday to Ojai and sit in the hot springs and get a massage and just recharge. And it was such a beautiful place to recharge. And I love that. I have such good memories of that.
yeah, it's easy to relax here for sure.
So tell us a little bit about your practice. And it looks like you help people who get too stressed or who have spinal sort of injuries. Maybe they hold a lot of I was looking at your website and it looks like you help people with that lower back pain, which is so common. Tell us a little bit
Yeah.
about that.
So I work with the mind and body, and I treat the body as a holistic being that if I'm going to adjust or fix your lower back, we're not only going to align it, but we're also going to feel better while doing it. As simple as I can say it. But all low back pain really has a certain degree of stress that's involved with
Hmm.
it. So we unravel that stress, the physical tension and the emotional tension, and just really my whole practice is about, hey, being healthy doesn't have to be so laborious and hard. We can feel good as we progress.
That's interesting because it seems like that's not the common way.
Yes, like, oh, you need this strict diet and be perfect in the regimen and make sure you work out all the time and eat plain veggies. I'm more about, hey, does this sustain, like, feel good in the, like, really tapping into your body's wisdom and what feels good? Because there's a difference between, hey, I'm on TikTok, here's a quick fix, versus, oh, I want to go hang out with nature and settle into nature and that feels good. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I recently wrote about my fertility journey, which was pretty exciting and weird. And when I conceived my third child, we adopted two. And when I conceived my third child, it was a it was really where I listened to what my body was seeking. So I did use some drugs. I had some shots that gave me extra eggs and some pills. I used some of that, but I didn't use it any of the ways that the doctors prescribed it. I just kind of like said, body, what would you like? And this is 22 years ago because my baby's 23 years ago because my baby just turned 22. And it was fascinating to me that the body could do the body was so capable of doing things if I didn't interrupt it, if I didn't try to like control it,
Uh,
own it, or run it, or you know what I'm saying?
yeah, letting the ego and fear really run the show. And there's really like a balance that needs to be had of, hey, we're not trying to ignore our fears. We're not running away from our ego. We're integrating the ego. Like, hey, okay, you want to have your best life and be an all-star, but also we need to stay humble, right? So it's having that really good balance at all times. And that's the sweet spot where you're listening to your body in a quiet way, not in a jerky is like, oh, I need to get pregnant. Like, so I need to listen to my body, you know? And if I don't listen to my body, then I'm never going to get pregnant. Like, that's a total different mindset, right? Of like, huh, what if I just like curiously listened to what my body had to say, right? And enjoyed the process and listened to when I'm ovulating, right?
So yeah, why don't you just tell us a little bit more about your practice and how you like to help people?
How I really it's in being in tune with this natural healing ability that lives inside your body. And that's really what the basis of my practice is about. It's the brain, which is the original healer in your body and the main healer in your body. So when you were in your mom's belly, the first thing that developed is your brain. And your brain sent signals for your hands, feet, organs, male or female. It decided the show. And now, as we're walking human beings, if we hurt ourselves, our brain is the master controller saying, hey, you got a paper cut? We're going to stimulate the immune system, make some scar tissue. It's not like the band aid or the ointment that you put on top of that paper cut. It's the brain sending the signals that increases the rate of healing in that area. And what I focus on is amplifying that signal from the brain all the way down your spinal cord through light touch. And that
Nice.
helps. Yeah. And that light touch stimulates and makes the body feel very safe and secure. And it heightens your healing potential. So my practice is I'm sitting here staring at my table right now, and it has a beautiful view of the Topa Topa Mountains and beautiful red and pink and white flowers. And the table is close to nature, and you see it right as soon as you get up off the table or you look up, you can see the mountains and the trees and the flowers. It's very serene. So it helps people get into a state where they can really let go of these stressors, if it's emotional, physical stressors, which I believe are, which they are the same thing. The physical tension always has an emotional component to it, and just allow that to unravel as we relax and settle into our body and the table. I think I went
Nice.
on a long wind there, but
I am so grateful for you for sharing this, your energy and your joy with us today. How can we reach you and find out more?
you can find me at www.karma-chiropractic.com. And you could book a free assessment. That's still there, might not be there forever, but I'm still doing free assessments, nervous system assessments. You can also find me on Instagram at Chiro Yogini, ChiroYogini.
Great. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much for having me, Erica.